Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Juhriah. In this occasion, I want to present my proposal. The title is Improving Students' Writing Skill on Procedure Text Using Instagram Picture Series in Grade 10 of Science 1 at Mandua Banjar. Background of the study. Instagram can be used by teachers to teach writing. As we know, nowadays, learning process is always online, and Instagram is one of online platform can be used by teacher for teach writing. Instagram itself focuses on uploading pictures and writing caption or videos. In addition, senior high school students have to produce a product of writing such procedure text. So that's why teaching writing must be using an interesting way. Teaching writing using Instagram is one of solutions to overcome students' problem in writing, such less practice, their low interest in learning writing, and so forth. And the research problem of this study is, can the use of Instagram picture series as media to improve the students' writing skill on procedure text in grade 10th of Science 1 at Mandua Banjar. The objective of the study is to know whether students' ability in writing procedure text be improved through the use of Instagram picture series as teaching media. And the benefit of the study for teacher, the English teacher can improve the teaching learning process by choosing social media such as Instagram as the technique to the language teaching methodology. And for students are expected to get better learning by which they will be able to improve their ability to implement grammar, vocabulary, and punctuation correctly. They are also expected can write procedure text correctly. And then, review of related literature. The first, definition of writing. Writing is a form of communication to deliver thought or to express feeling through written form. The definition is based on Harmer 2001. In addition, based on Sokolik 2003, writing is a combination of process and product. From the definitions, the researcher assumes that writing is a system of human communication which represents symbol. By writing, we can share our idea, feeling, or anything else that exists in our mind. And then, difficulties in writing. According to Jordan, writing is often confusing with the process of putting words down on paper in the same structures as an outline prepared with appropriate style and vocabulary, the major ideas arranged, and some often on the correction of mechanical and grammatical errors. So that's why the teacher must give the solution for students to overcome their problems in writing. And then procedure text based on tim fasilitator bahasa Indonesia, I mean Tim Fasilitator Bahasa Inggris 2006 says procedure text is a text which gives instruction or information to readers. In other words, procedure text is the text about how to use or how to make something by using times order to make the readers understand easier about it. Social media in language teaching. In a study conducted by Sakir, Rahman, and Salija, 2016, on students' perception of using social media in teaching English in higher institutions, found that majority of the students showed positive attitude toward the use of social media, especially in writing class. This indicates that social media can be used in writing class and it can motivate students to write virtually. Instagram as pedagogical tool. A research conducted by Sirait and Marina 2018, which explored the use of Instagram as a tool for online peer review activity in writing descriptive text for senior high school students, found that Instagram and its features are relatively easy to use, convenient, and can be accessible at any time. It means that Instagram is one of an appropriate teaching tool in teaching writing. And then research method. The type of this research is classroom action research, which means quantitative research. And for the research design, it is quasi-experimental. And for the population of the research is the 10th grade students of Madrasah Aliyah Negeri 2 Banjar in academic year 2019 and 2020. The numbers of the students is 100 students, the number of the students is 100 students, which are divided into 3 classes. And for the sample, there are 15 students of 10 MIPA 1 as the experimental group and 15 students of 10 MIPA 2 as the control group. And the technique to take the sample used by the researcher is clustering sampling. This technique requires group or clustering taking the sample based on the group that have already existed in the population. To make it easier, the researcher took 2 groups as the sample. There are have mentioned. And then variable of the study. The independent variable is Instagram picture series as media of teaching, and the dependent variable is the student's ability in writing procedure text. And for the instrument, there are 3 instruments in this research. The first one is interview, the second one is questionnaire, and the last is task. And technique of collecting data. In this research, the researcher giving writing pre-test and writing post-test about procedure text to the students, to both group, experimental and control group. And then technique of data analysis. The researcher analyzed statistically using t-task which the intention is to know whether there is any significant improvement of students' writing ability or not. Procedure of the study. There are 4 steps in this research. In conducting this research. The first one is planning. The second one is action. The third is observing. And the last is reflecting. In the first step, the researcher was interviewing the teachers and students, and then giving questionnaire about writing, and after that, giving pre-tests on writing procedure text. In the second steps, the researcher teach writing to experimental group using Instagram picture series and teaching without this media to control group. And in the third steps, the researcher gave the post-test writing procedure text about making something, and the last, reflecting. Here, the researcher analyzed to what extent the use of Instagram picture series as teaching media was successful based on the criteria designs. So that's all. Thank you and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.